You're listening to KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine.
The opinions and views expressed in this program do not reflect those of KUCI, its management, or the UC Board of Regents. To find out more about this talk show or other talk shows broadcasting on KUCI, log on to our website at kuci.org or check out the latest program guide.
This is Ashton Marcus, and I'm on location at Theater 40 for their presentation of The Sound of Murder. Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine, and I'm here with...
I'm David Hunt Stafford. I'm the producer of The Sound of Murder by William Fairchild at Theater 40, directed by Adrian Cohen. And I had the great pleasure playing the role of Charles Norbury, the role that was created on the London stage in 1959 by the great Peter Cushing. We've got a beautiful production here in Beverly Hills at our small theater, Theater 40 in Beverly Hills, and it's a murder mystery thriller with twists and turns and a surprise ending, and it's a lot of fun. So I just would like to invite all the listeners to come down and check out our production at Theater 40 in Beverly Hills, theater40.org. So be sure to come down and see it. You'll enjoy it enormously. Charles Norbury, well, he's sadistic, he's mean, he's rotten to the core. His wife is having an affair with another man, and he's sort of okay with that, but he isn't really. Because, well, I don't want to give too much of the story away, but my take on it is that he is not a very nice guy, and a wonderful character to play, a complex character, a lot of fun.
Really a true anti-hero. In the same vein of, say, Breaking Bad or Better Call Saul, this guy who's just a terrible person, but you really feel for the guy, you admire some of his intelligence, you know, he's a very three-dimensional character. Yes, I thought he was very three-dimensional. I'm not real familiar with Breaking Bad, but he's an anti-hero, and I think this play in 1959, when Peter Cushing did it, was quite a success for him, and we certainly hope it's a success for us. It's a fun role to play. Mean. I'm usually playing the nice guy, but I'm very mean this time. It's great fun. So my viewers decided to come out and see this piece. Oh, what should they expect to see? Well, when you come to Theater 40, you will always see an extremely high-quality theater production. We have a beautiful set designer and lighting designers, and the quality of our productions are very, very high quality. You'll see a classic British murder mystery thriller with twists and turns in the story and a surprise ending which no one sees coming and is unexpected. And as I said before, it's a lot of fun, and I'm sure all of the people listening to this broadcast, if they come to Theater 40, they'll enjoy themselves enormously. I agree. I really loved the piece. I thought the acting was fantastic. It just captured you as a little spine tingling. I wouldn't exactly call it a murder mystery, but I would call it very exciting. Thank you very much for being on the show. Thank you for having us, and we appreciate you coming down here and enjoying the show, and please spread the word among your listeners. Thank you. Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine, and I'm here with Adrian Cohen. Great, and what did you do tonight?
I directed the thing, and as you can hear, the English accent probably helped.
What did you like so much about this piece, about the story?
It's just a very well-told story. It is interesting. It is not reflective. It's reactive. So it's not Rattigan. In fact, when we first started rehearsing, the name of the title was The Sound of Murder. It's not Rattigan. And I think, I really wanted to get across to the cast, look, it's not about you. It's about the story. It's about your characters. Get on with it. You notice the pace? This kind of piece, you've got to get on with it, and that was a great challenge. But I think that was the main thing, is to just tell the story. That's what the audience want. And I thought they did a very good job tonight. I agree. The story was, I don't even know how to describe it. It wasn't really a mystery. It was more of a character study about these three-dimensional characters. As for the pace, you know how comedy is, it's all about timing. Mm-hmm. Murder mysteries are a little bit about this. But this one, again, it had a very English meter to it. Yes. You know what I mean? Absolutely. And it was very important that we got into that style, that late 50s style of talking, and the way they talked. It was trippingly off the tongue. It went very fast. It's almost like you have to tune your ears in. At first you're thinking, my God, they're going so fast. And then you tune in, and then you just follow the story. No, I mean, it was a challenge during rehearsals, but I thought they did it very, very well. And it is like a dial M for murder. It's like one, shred of evidence, those kind of things, and it's that kind of style. Yeah.
80% of a director's job is a casting. What do you look for in a casting?
I mean, I can go through each one. I mean, the main issue for me was the leading female, Anne Norbury, who Kate Whitney played. I wanted an English Rose, and that was going to be a challenge for an American actress. Somebody who was demure, somebody who was feminine. And for me, the biggest challenge in this is I didn't want the audience to leave thinking they're all as bad as each other. I wanted them to think Charles is a very bad man, but Anne and her lover Peter are good people who did a very bad thing. So, I think for me, that was a key character. She reminded me a little bit of Celia Johnson from Brief Encounter. She had that kind of, temerity and kind of English roseness, so that's what we were going for.
Well, I love the piece. I thought it was exciting. Not really a mystery, more of a character study of what would happen if I was pushed to it. Because I identified also with the leading man. And again, but I didn't really hate the anti-hero. I actually felt I kind of admired him a little bit. He was full of himself. He knew himself. He was powerful and all that. He was just not a very likable guy.
No, it's a great point. This was originally a vehicle that was written for Peter Cushing. And Peter Cushing in 1959 was an international movie star. So they obviously wrote it with him in mind, and they wanted this great character, this monster that we kind of like. And I thought David Hunt Trafford today, I thought he pulled it off brilliantly. Good actor, isn't he?
Fantastic. I love the story. I love the cast. I loved your direction. Thank you very much for being on the show.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. So sweet.
Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine, and I'm here with
Kate Whitney. Just grateful to be here, and thank you for being here, and thank you for always coming to our shows and being so supportive of us. We need your voice out there for us, so thank you.
Yeah, well, they probably have told you this before, but I only do these things when I like the show. If I don't like the show, I don't do the interview. So that's why you hear me often complimenting you guys on this show, is because I really like the stuff being done here.
That's amazing. Obviously, this theater has been around for a long time. I only joined in the summertime, but it's just so wonderful to see a theater continue for so many years. That says a lot about the work.
And which character did you play tonight?
I play Anne Norbury, Charles's wife. Anne is a trapped woman, and in circumstances that were prevalent during that time period. And, women didn't have the kind of rights that they have now. So it's very interesting to play that kind of role in today's world. To feel that suppression in a really, really major way.
Yeah, well, I really didn't feel that sorry about her. I didn't think she was a weak person. I thought she was very strong. I really thought that she actually was a take-charge person, because back then, getting a divorce was a big thing. Yes. I mean, you don't get divorced back then.
Yes.
Especially to someone who's famous, you know what I mean?
Yes.
And she's willing to do that, willing to follow her heart. So she wasn't totally just a stick of furniture, you know what I mean?
No, I definitely don't see her that way at all. I think she's very strong, but as I said, she's very trapped as well. So her strength, I feel, can only go so far until it can explode. And that's obviously what we see at the end.
Okay, and if my viewers decide to come by and see this piece, what should they expect to see?
Gosh, that's really hard for me to answer, because it's very hard for me to see this play whilst being in it. I hope that they'll be entertained. I hope that they'll be able to connect with the characters on a personal level. I think that's always great, and I think that's what the theater's for. So that's really all I can say about it.
Well, what I like about it is I love the characters. You guys play good interplay. I never want to be around you guys in real life. You might try to kill me or something. But I love the acting.
Great. Well, thank you so much for being there. We really appreciate it.
Yeah. Thank you once again for being on the show.
Okay, thank you.
Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine, and I'm here with
Gabriel Oliva. Let's see, I'm a San Diego-born actor, and I've been here for a long time, and I play Peter Marriott in The Sound of Murder. And it's a pleasure to do it. My take on Peter Marriott, he He's a good guy just at the end of his rope. At the time in the 60s in England, this is as far as he's allowed to go to be happy. And so he's put in a situation where he might murder someone. And I hope that the audience can kind of put themselves in his shoes and say, all right, if I was in his shoes, I might contemplate killing someone too. So hopefully I got that across.
Yeah, well, again, obviously that happened very early in the play, so we're not giving away anything. It's kind of like, first of all, is love, would someone be driven like that? Can someone really be in love with someone like that? And obviously a man can. Men are sometimes men really just really don't understand what's going on in life. But again, they think that there's something out there. So I did believe that you could possibly be driven to murder.
Okay, good. Yeah, he's again, like Adrian was really stalwart about saying that these are likable people that don't he's not an evil guy trying to kill another evil guy. And it's so fun to play against David, who plays Charles, because he is just such a terrible human being that the thought occurs, naturally, like, God, I really want to kill this guy, and it's not really hard to act.
Yeah, actually, I didn't. I would. How should I put this? I really didn't hate that character. It was more like sometimes I admired him. Sometimes I thought, well, this guy knows what he's doing. He gets what he wants. He's larger than life. At times I really didn't. He did some pretty bad things, and things that obviously we shouldn't be doing. But again, it's kind of like no one was really hateful, even your character, because your character I think was actually the most amoral of the characters. He did the worst thing, but actually I didn't hate you. I kind of liked you. You know what I mean?
Good. Yeah. Hey, that's music to my ears. If you thought that, then I did my job at least somewhat correctly. And yeah, I think it really is the underbelly is the love that Peter has with Anne, and really trying to bring that to the surface. That it's coming from this place of frustrated love. It's almost Shakespearean in that sense. Yeah,
I love the acting too. You guys really connected to the audience because again, it's really hard to be likable in a play like this. Right. It's really, and if you played this in a way, a different style, a different accent, you'd be pretty disgusting people. That some people would say, "Oh, I just do not want to be around these people." But you guys played it really well. The English meter, the environment, the interplay between each other, all the emotion that was going on beyond each other. I just loved it.
Well, thank you so much. I really, really do appreciate that. We put a lot of work into it, so I hope that your listeners come and check it out. That'd be great.
Thank you once again for being on the show.
Absolutely, thank you.
Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine, and I'm here with
Rosalind Cohn, Roz Cohn. Everybody come out and see the show. It's such a special show. It's fun. It's great escapism from these times where people, the news is just, it sucks. So this show I think people will really enjoy themselves. And it's been such a challenge working on this, but a joy.
So basically, which character did you play tonight?
I play Miss Forbes, and I am I don't want to tell what I am because that will blow the story, but it's a great role, very multi-dimensional, and just so challenging to pull off.
Was she a strong character? Was she kind of a servant? Was she actually a manipulator? What are your thoughts? How did you play her?
For me personally, my whole backstory is she was abused. So, and she loves her job. She is ambitious. She's getting to work for the equivalent of A.A. Milne, and loves her job. And I actually think she does respect him, even though he's so nasty at times. I think she respects him as a writer and just treasures that, I come from pretty much nothing, and that I have one of the most important jobs you could have for one of the biggest writers there are. And I feel a loyalty that I want to protect him, and I don't like what his wife is doing, and I love Peter.
So if my viewers said come out and see this piece, what should they expect to see?
A wonderful British murder mystery, a whodunit. It's a fast play. We talk very quickly. That's part of the challenge is being able to stay on top of that and really hold yourself. And to have fun. Really, it's fun for the audience.
the meter actually kept me involved. It was actually a little spine tingling. It wasn't really a murder mystery. It was more of suspenseful. It was more like, will they do this? Will they not do this? Oh my God, what happened here? Oh my God, it turned a little. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, it's interesting how Adrian, and he's totally right about this. It's not the kind of play where it's about character development. It's story. So we're responsible for pushing the story, get the story out, and make those lines go so that the audience doesn't get ahead of us. Because if the audience is ahead of us and knows what's next, we're dead. We're dead.
Well, I loved the piece. I loved your acting in it. Also, I loved everyone's acting in it. It was actually spine tingling, and I just love these type of characters that they kind of roll in the mud a little bit. You see them do things in which I wish I could do, but I would never dare doing things like that. That's the type of play. I just loved it.
Oh, that's wonderful. I'm so happy.
All right. Well, thank you once again for being on the show.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine, and I'm here with
Peter Trencher. Well, we're here for the play, for The Sound of Murder at Theater 40, which I'm enjoying because it's really unlike anything I've ever done before. It's very much a stylized piece. I'm not comparing the writing, but similar to like a Noel Coward piece, where the style is almost as important as the substance. And very different from, I'm not playing myself, which in many plays, you're playing yourself in that situation. Here there's a lot more style to add to it, yeah.
I agree. It was a very charming piece. Very witty, very intelligent, very sociable, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, it was interesting because I was listening to you interviewing Kate, and she was talking about the way women are treated at the time, and several times in the play, I say to her, don't you want to go upstairs and lie down? Things are tough. Don't you want to lie down? And today you'd never say that to a woman. She'd punch you. But it's very much of the time, and it's very much like the old movies in a way. And I think once the audience gets that feeling at the beginning, you go with it. It's right from the get-go. You're in that time and that space. So yeah.
Yeah, and which character do you play again?
I'm the inspector. I'm Inspector Davidson. So I'm the one who comes in to try to figure out what's going on with these people. And every time I come back, there's something new and someone different that I suspect of foul play or just trying to put one over on me. Well, he's very much a policeman in Scotland Yard. There's a tradition of a certain kind of self-contained, but what the difference here is that I'm coming to see this very, very famous author who I've been reading his books to my kids, so I'm a little starstruck at the beginning until I realize what a horrible man he is, and then I have no sympathy for him. But it's very much by the book. You come in, you do your job, you look for clues, you interview people. It's just the facts, ma'am.
Well, I really enjoyed the actors. I thought you guys, the interplay between you guys was perfect. The timing was perfect, because even though this wasn't a comedy, and comedy is essential for timing was very important to this, just to jolt you, just to make sure you're paying attention at the right times, and to shock you with certain turns and all that.
Right. And what's nice is that we hear, because the audience at times is so silent, it means you're really paying attention. I mean, we can hear when the audience loses interest at times, not in this, but in other shows that I've done, you hear people sort of shifting around and shifting in their seats and maybe talking to each other. Silence, which is great because it means they're really listening.
Yeah, well, I agree. I was in the audience. I thought you guys did a fantastic job. I really loved it. And I loved your acting, too. Thank you very much for being on the show.
Well, thank you for coming, and tell lots of people to come see us. We're running for 5 weeks.
Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine, and I'm here with
David Westbay. Well, I play Police Constable Nash in The Sound of Murder. It's a fun part to play. I have a couple of really cool scenes, and I really enjoyed having a chance to try on a British accent. It's been a lot of fun. The constable is a long-time veteran policeman who is here on investigating the case that's part of the storyline, and he wants to find out what's going on, but he has a few lighthearted moments in the play that I think kind of set him off from the rest of the characters.
If my viewers decide to come by and see this piece, what should they expect to see?
They should expect to see a thrilling story that does the unexpected. Just when you think something is going a certain direction, it twists, it turns, and it's very enjoyable for that reason, in my opinion.
I agree. Basically, I thought it was suspenseful. It wasn't really a murder mystery. It was more like a character study. It was more like studying the anti-heroes, because I'm a big fan of anti-heroes. Ever since Shakespeare, ever since Breaking Bad and all that. So basically, I thought it just got in their minds a little bit. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. There are several characters in this piece that you can identify with, even though they aren't afraid to let their evil tendencies show. So there's a certain amount of vicarious thrill from seeing this character behave badly and still want to identify with them.
Once again, I really love the piece. Thank you very much for being on the show.
Absolutely, thank you.
The Sound of Murder will be playing at Theater 40 from March 14th to April 14th. For more information, go to www.theater40.org. This is Ashton Marcus, and I'm on location at the El Porto Theater for their presentation of The Elephant Man. Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine. And I'm here with
Tom Vitorino. If anyone is listening to my voice and loves theater, I love you.
Okay. And which character did you play tonight?
I played John Merrick, the Elephant Man. Well, John Merrick in the play is slightly different than Joseph Carey Merrick, which is what the character is based on. I think John Merrick is, in this play, not too far from sainthood. I think it's the idea of how when we find something that seems divine, we want to project ourselves onto them. And I think that's a big part of the spine of the play. When Pomerantz wrote it, he believed it was the St. Philip's model that Merrick was building that was the centerpiece of the play. And then 10 years, 15 years later, he looked back and he realized it wasn't. It was the idea of people projecting themselves onto him.
I loved your performance. First of all, you weren't wearing any makeup. You twisted your body. I mean, you really made me believe it. I actually love the story of the Elephant Man. I've seen it before, seen it in the movies and all that. They had makeup, you didn't, which actually just showed how great of an actor you were to be able to do that.
Well, it's very kind. The manipulation of the body to contort itself, I mean, it comes with, there was a lot of rehearsal and a lot of practice. It really is about, I don't know how great of an actor I am, but it's about relaxing into it and also doing a real person. This was a real person. It isn't like a Marvel comic or cartoon character. And I just tried my best to do him justice.
If my viewers decide to come by and see this piece, what should they expect to see?
If you come by the El Portal Theater to see The Elephant Man, what I'm hoping is not what you see, I'm hoping it's what you feel. I hope you walk out of here. Maybe everybody will walk out and one person will change. That's fine for me. I just think it's one of those things that if you put your phone down and unplug from all of our technology and forget about your social media for a couple hours and you come here, it gives you an opportunity to connect with you. Connect with yourself. And I think this is a great play for young people to see. In fact, if anybody comes here who's like a high school kid or a young kid, I'll make sure they get in for free if they don't have the money to pay.
Well, I hope when they come here they'll see the real story, because the story of the Elephant Man is a beautiful story. It's a story of basically why is this guy even here? I mean, what purpose does he serve? I mean, granted, he brings in money like a freak show and all that, but as a human being, evolutionarily, he has no purpose in society or in our species. He should have been aborted. He should have been killed off, or died off. But no, he brings out the humanity in everyone, and actually, it's a reflection of basically our charity. It's like, why are we a charitable society? That's just who we are.
It's an interesting point. That's a very interesting point. I mean, if you look at what was going on back then, and it was 1884 to 1890 is while this was taking place, and you look at Leicester, where he was born. I mean, there wasn't even running water and sewage systems then. The Electricity Act had just been passed, I think, in 1882, and only the extremely affluent had electricity. And just the idea of society found freak shows to be in vogue up until the hierarchy, or the queen, if you will, decided, I don't like freak shows anymore. And basically freaks were frowned upon the minute the public or social media decided it wasn't cool. Your time was up even then. So it was great while he was popular with the royalty, but the minute he fell out of favor, he was left to his own device, left to be homeless and starving. And it was, Treves did not save him so much as society saved him, and his unending faith and his belief in humanity saved him, because he could have given up very early. And the idea of having that many, he suffered from Proteus syndrome, based on the Greek god Proteus, which you never stop growing. And a lot of people can certainly look at him and say, oh, he's looks like a freak, but even Treves, in Treves's book, The Elephant Man and My Other Reminiscences, which he wrote in 1923, it was the last book before he died. At the beginning, he talks about how when he met the Elephant Man, he was like the worst of humanity. He was the disgusting part of the species. And after he was dead, and when reflecting writing this book in 1923, some 33 years after his death, he said, I realize now he's a shining example, standing up straight, the best of us. So it's just interesting.
Yeah, given the worst situation, I deal with a lot of disabled people. Know someone whose son is blind, and basically, you see so much humanity in him. You see so much. When I basically see this guy, the father of the blind kid, I basically learn a lot. Why do you want this kid? What is he going to do? Is he going to pay? Is he going to help you when you're in retirement?
Right.
When he has kids, is his kids going to be blind? You don't get anything from this kid.
Well, it's interesting.
You know what I mean? But he still loves him anyway.
I think that sight prejudice, we see things through our own lens. There's other species in the world with us that don't see the world through our lens, and their lens is just as valid. I actually did a play called Light Sensitive by Jim Gagan, where I played a blind man, and I actually went to the Blind Institute down on Vermont Avenue, and I stayed there for a while. And you find that while losing your sight is tragic, and I saw like a lot of people who just lost their sight, like running into walls or being very angry, and then after a while, you realize that they're listening now. They're listening better than we listen. They actually become closer to living a life that's not based on just what we see. And I would never want to lose my sight, obviously, but many of the people that I come to be called friends down there, they taught me so much about how precious sight is, but also how precious life is, regardless of sight. And I think that's one of the things that Merrick found, is that regardless of his head and his folds of skin and his twisted limbs, that every day is beautiful, and there's something beautiful about this life, and there's something beautiful about this play, and the idea of being able to share it with one person or an audience of 300 doesn't make a difference. This play is about changing one person at a time, and I think that it's so appropriate right now, considering how we are so fixated on fame, whether it's local fame or how many people are following you, or just the idea of fame and being famous or infamous. And I think this story really brings it back to one. I think it gives you the opportunity to sit here for 2 hours and actually absorb maybe what it could be like if we all stopped judging each other so much. And it was a real honor to perform it. I'm glad you were here.
Well, I loved your performance. I really loved it. Thank you very much for being on the show.
Thank you very much. And I want to tell all your listeners, please support theater. We need people to love theater. It's maybe the last place where we exchange DNA as artist and audience artists become one. It's just important. So please come out to our show, The Elephant Man at the Upward Tower in Lancashire Boulevard, North Hollywood. And if you can't see our show, please support theater. It's important. It is the connection between us all. Thanks.
Thank you very much. Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI, 88.9 FM in Irvine. And I'm here with?
John Ralston Craig. I play Frederick Treves in The Elephant Man. Hey, I mean, I've known Robin Cohen, the director, for many years. She is an amazing human being, an amazing theatrical director, and, you know, she got me to audition for this and involved in this production, and I am unbelievably stunned and so proud to be a part of this cast. It's just a really great show.
Great. And which character you play again?
I play Dr. Frederick Treves. He is the doctor who brings the Elephant Man into the London hospital back in the 1880s and cares for him for about 5 or 6 years. The doctor has a very interesting arc. He starts off as a very ambitious man, and this is Frederick Treves, the ambitious doctor, the man that wants to climb in life, and as well as the biography that I have taken on. Frederick Treves doesn't come from a lot, and so his pride comes from the fact that he has done everything he can to rise out of poverty. Open on The Elephant Man. He has risen, he has written books, he is an accomplished doctor at the most prestigious hospital that exists probably in the world at that time. And then he discovers the case of John Merrick, otherwise known as the Elephant Man, whom he takes on to the London hospital to study. Now, bringing him into the hospital and studying him means that the Elephant Man is more of a prize to him and more of a experiment to him, right? He doesn't really take on the humanity or take on the Elephant Man as a human being until a little bit later. And I think that's where the arc happens with Frederick Treves and why it's such an amazing story, because of who Frederick Treves is in the beginning and where he ends up at the end. He actually goes off in real life and becomes a humanitarian doctor in wars. I just think that's a very interesting human being to be able to portray and take on.
Yeah, I agree. I really loved his character and the way you played his character too, because, you know, the story of the Elephant Man, everyone's seen it before. It's basically a story about, I wouldn't say it's more about the Elephant Man, but it's more about the doctor. Here's this guy who basically, he's like the best surgeon in the entire world. He becomes very good friends with him, and there's absolutely nothing he can do. You don't see one thing he did for him, not one operation, nothing. So here I am, the smartest guy in the world. Congratulations. I can't do anything. And then you look at his faith. He believes in sciences. What science? What purpose does this person have in life, evolutionary-wise? He has no purpose at all. But then comes his humanity. So that's why at the very end when he broke down, it was kind of like, this man has no purpose at all in life. He's a reflection of us. But for some strange reason, he's my friend. I like him a lot. I want to help him, and I can't do anything.
And you can't do anything. And that's just such a powerful message, is that this man, John Merrick, really is a symbol of a part of each and every one of us. And I think that's one of the most beautiful portions of this. That's, if not the most beautiful theme you can take away from the story.
Exactly. It's like what I took away from the story is basically, I can't do anything for this guy. Maybe I can pray for him. Maybe I can be his friend. But nothing. Why is he here? Why is he my friend? Why do I like him? I don't know. All I know is he's my friend.
That's the other part of it, is, why is he here? Well, that's a very interesting question to be answered by, he actually, in life, and it's told in the play, brings the London hospital money. He brings them repute. He brings them status. Dr. Treves goes on to be knighted, it's said in the play, and in history as well. So there's a lot that he brings on a very sort of status or materialistic riches level, you know. But that is where the crux lies with Frederick Treves, who is finally confronted with the fact that he has only put him in another fair. He has taken him from one fair, and now he has put him in another place, only to be seen, only to be gaped at, only to be put on display, really.
Exactly, and that is what life is. That's what we are. We're just all monkeys in a show. Yes. You being seen on stage, me being heard on the radio.
Yes.
Or just a teacher or a doctor just existing, just standing there. For no reason at all. Absolutely no reason at all. Just like, okay, well, I loved your performance. I wish we could talk about this forever.
All night.
Yeah. Thank you very much for being on the show.
Thank you so much. It was nice to meet you.
Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine. And I'm here with
Alice Walker. Oh, well, I want to say how much of a treasure it is to put on a show about a real-life man whose life changed so many other people's lives and it continues 100 years later.
Great. And which character do you play?
I play Mrs. Kendall. She comes into John Merrick's life close to the end of his life, and he changes her world by just being himself, and she's like sunshine at first, but really I think she doesn't really expect for the friendship that she conjures up with him to be as moving and as gracious as it ended up being.
If my viewers decide to come out and see this piece, what should they expect to see?
A heartfelt, beautiful, integrity-filled story about something we can all relate to, something moving, something about certain virtues we don't celebrate anymore, but that are exhibited on the stage in a poetic way.
I agree. In fact, personally, I mean, a lot of people don't even get this question right. There's someone his son was born blind. Why do you think that? Why do you think God did that? You know what this person told me? He told me that basically, that's because in the eyes of God, that's us. Because this is actually a very religious play. If you saw it, every single time, it was like a picture. It was a reflection, because they would say, this guy, this elephant man, John Merrick, was like me. Every single one on stage said, it's like me. Right. They were talking about mirrors or reflection, looking at them and seeing nothing back.
Right.
And basically, that's the reason.
We project ourselves onto other people, and we want to see ourselves in other people because we want to relate. We want to feel like we understand and we're understood. And this play exhibits in the middle that everyone who meets him finds a little bit of themselves in him, and it allows them to more easily love him.
Yeah. And that's what I liked about your character, because she was this actress. Again, you know what life in actresses is like. It's kind of a little fake. Suddenly she meets this guy who's the only genuine person she's ever met in her entire life. I mean, not putting on makeup, not being a fake, not saying I'm rich and famous. Not a person who was really genuine, and you saw a really soul of human being. You saw a person being spit upon. You saw a person being beaten on. You saw people that people would scream at. Yet he goes through life with such grace. It's like, how do you do that? I can't go through life with grace like that. You know what I mean?
I do know what you mean. I think, I think that the people who have had it the hardest are the people who have learned the most empathy and the most love. I still marvel at that occurrence and observe it like everyone else with just as much learning and growth as I can take from it. So this is a great story for that reason.
So I loved your acting too. Basically, again, a story like I've seen The Elephant Man before, and you guys did a fantastic job acting. You in particular, because you made it very warm, very, very. And it wasn't even very sexual. It wasn't very Romeo and Juliet. It was actually just a very nice people meeting a very interesting person. All right, thank you very much for being on the show.
Thank you so much. Thank you for talking to me.
Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine. And I'm here with.
Hi, I'm David Trevaza. I just played in The Elephant Man. I'm just so grateful and honored to play in this wonderful play with Bernard de Palmas, and also I'm so honored to work with this great cast and crew. And I want to thank especially our wonderful director, Robin Cohen. She's just incredibly talented as an actress, as a director, producer, writer.
Okay, and which characters do you play?
I played Orderly Porter. Yes, I'm taking care of the John Merrick in the scene. And this is a very special moment. You just don't move around. You just feel everything that he feels, and you kind of his best friend, and do everything that makes him feel better, and make him feel like he's also human with deformation. But the special thing about this play is that you have to feel what's inside of him. That's what the play is about. You have to feel every word he says that means something. That's like a whole story, and that's very special to me. And I'm very grateful.
I once asked a person a question, why does God make handicapped people? And this guy had no answer at all. I mean, if there was a God, if there's no God, then it's not just an accident, right? If there is a God, then God purposely decided to strike this guy blind for absolutely no reason at all. But then again, most people who are disabled or handicapped actually go to church. They actually do believe in God, just like John Merrick did.
Absolutely, yes, I agree. John Merrick, when you see the play, he especially pays attention to the existence of the gods, okay? And the purpose of the God, why was that happen to John Merrick? Because that reminds each of us, I think, in the whole world, that to have a compassion and empathy, okay? Person is deformed. He doesn't have properly body parts, but he has the beautiful soul.
All right, well, I loved your performance. Thank you very much for being on the show.
Thank you. It was my pleasure.
Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine, and I'm here with
Vanessa Vaughn,
Robin Roth,
Jennifer Lewis. I'm one of the pinheads in The Elephant Man. I'm originally from Kansas. I've done theater for about 25 years. By the way, I'm Vanessa, again. And I love being on stage, especially with these beautiful ladies.
I'm Robin Roth, originally from New York. I am thrilled to be one of the three pinheads, as well as Princess Alexandra and a nurse during transitions.
Hi, I'm Jennifer Lewis, and I'm also a pinhead, which I love being, and I am Miss Sandwich, and I'm the Countess, and it's been an honor to work with these ladies and everybody in the cast.
If my viewers decide to come by and see this piece, what should they expect to see?
Humor. Definitely. And more humor. They got so much more humor tonight than I thought they would. These are scenes that I was like, oh, I took so seriously, and I was like, oh, they're laughing. But it was so nice. And then really beautiful heart, too, and really some tragic absurdity. It's life, and it's about the life of this man who, of course, had this horrible condition, which they still haven't figured out. I watched a documentary a couple weeks ago, and they still don't know really what it was. And it's amazing who he was and what he could do. His words and his wit and intelligence was admirable, and it's really lovely and moving.
I think it's also about humanity, how we all interact with each other, the suppositions that we have about people based on how they look, and how they might turn out to be quite different from that, and dualities in human beings in general.
And there's really, really cool costumes.
Yes. Thank you, Madam Mo.
Madam Mo made them for us, and it's just so beautiful. And, the technical aspects of the show are incredible. So we're just very proud to be a part of it.
Yeah, I'm amazed at basically what John Merrick did to everyone. It made some people cruel. A policeman would come by and just start beating him. Why are you beating this guy? It wasn't... It just changed people. Women would become more... They would become more feminine around him, or more gracious around him. Crooks, thieves would suddenly become very genteel towards him, honest. They would give him things. You know what? What he did to people, it was just amazing.
Yeah, he definitely, I think, changed them. When I read it, that's what stuck out to me. And we were just talking about the word I don't want to give anything away. There's a word, it's miraculous. Life is miraculous, but it is also very arbitrary, and all the different parts about it, the opposition of that in life. It's like there's so much significance, and then so much doesn't matter, and it really points that out.
And yes, and the Elephant Man. It's funny how there's a scene where everybody kind of puts their personality on the Elephant Man and says that the Elephant Man is like them, and that's kind of, he reflects back to us what we wanted to see about ourselves.
Well, it was more than that.
He does that too.
Yeah.
I actually once remember an article about this guy whose son was blind, and the whole article, in the article it said, he said, why do you think God made blind people? And he said, it's because of the reflection of us. In the eyes of God, that's us. So that's why every single person thought it was him, because this is me. I am going through the same thing he is. I'm being beaten at times, right? For no reason at all, not because I deserve it or at times, basically.
And I think also he was so open to other people once he had the opportunity to do that he very graciously allowed them to reflect on him, and he reflected back on them what he saw. So it was sort of like a mutual admiration society going on.
It was kind of like they saw his humanity in him. Why is this guy human? He should be an animal, right?
But and he was more human than anyone in the entire play, I think.
Oh, yeah, I think so, too.
Yeah, but you notice after they met him, they all became more human. It's like they saw the humanity in him.
Or was it an illusion? And was it just them putting airs on and like,
feeling
I like
that
him.
way at the moment? Oh, he's like me. I'm like, But was
Puffing
that real?
themselves up.
Exactly.
Yes.
I mean, isn't that the crisis that Treves has, is that the Elephant Man is actually more compassionate and humane than he is, and he's a doctor. So, yeah.
Well, I love the performance tonight. I thought it was beautiful. Again, the effects were wonderful, the production values, and I thought your performances were also quite splendid.
Thank you. That's so kind of you. We had a great time, and we hope people will come see us again.
Yes, please do.
Thank you.
All right, thank you very much for being on the show. The Elephant Man will be playing at the El Porto Theater from March 21st to April 14th. For more information, go to www.thursdaynighttheaterclub.com. This is Ashton Marcus, and I'm on location at the Hudson Theater for their presentation of My Big Gay Italian Wedding. Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine. I'm here with
Anthony Wilkinson.
Great, and what did you do tonight?
I came to see My Big Gay Italian Wedding.
And you're actually the playwright, right?
I am the playwright, yep. This is a show, one of my first shows that I wrote 16 years ago. They came out in the Village 16 years ago in Manhattan. And now it's been playing in a bunch of cities across the world. And I was very excited to come see the opening here in West Hollywood.
So question, why did you decide to write this piece?
I was inspired by a real-life story. At the time, I really wanted to get married, and I was seeing someone at the time, and I really believed that was going to happen. And it was illegal at the time, and it was something that I really hoped one day would come to fruition, and it has.
I'd like to compliment you that it was just tense enough, but not, not soul-crushing. You know what I mean? Absolutely. It was entertaining, Barry.
Yes. Well, especially back then, one of the things, in order to convey a message like this, you really had to, without beating people off the head with political messages, you had to find a way to make people feel, and I always felt that was always good through comedy,
Because actually, I think it was a nice balance between gay and Italian. It was just as Italian as it was gay.
They go together. Italians and gays go together, and it's a feel-good piece. It's one of my favorites. It's the baby. Yeah.
Definitely light enough to actually, be to bring everyone in. But again, controversial enough so it actually says something. You know what I mean? It has some kind of meat to it.
Message. And especially back then, it was a lot of mostly straight people that came to see the show, believe it or not. And I think they left thinking twice about the idea of gay marriage, which was my point. So I'm happy that 16 years later it still plays well.
Yeah. Also, I like you put a little religion to it because again, some people would actually consider the enemy the religious, but actually, it wasn't the case. They were kind of like they were kind of common, hands across the seas, all that.
Exactly. It's like we support you, we love you, and I think today you see a lot more of that. A lot more of that.
Well, I really enjoyed myself tonight. Thank you very much for being on the show.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine, and I'm here with
Gianfranco Terrine. Thank you so much for coming to the show, and thank you so much for being with us. Oh my God, I think we had fun, I guess. We had an amazing show, and it lasted for 2 hours, and we're very hungry now, and we're very thirsty, but we had so much fun.
Great, and which character did you play?
Anthony Pinnunziato. Oh my God, Anthony, you love Anthony. The guy is from Italian. He likes pizza. He loves wine. I mean, he's just loving. It's an amazing character, and I've been pleased to work on it and to work on the production. It's been a great journey.
Great. If my viewers decide to come by and see this piece, what should they expect to see?
They will have so much fun. That's the idea. That's what we wanted to do. That's what I wanted to do. I want people to come and forget about their problems and forget about their credit cards and forget about their loans and come and have fun, because you will have fun at my big gay Italian wedding.
Great. And actually, as a director, 80% of your job is casting. What do you look for in your casting?
What I look in my casting, I look for people that have passion. There's so many people that want to do this. But one thing is wanting to work as an actor, and one thing is having passion for what you do. And that's what it is. People that have passion, people that love what we do. And I always say, let's not take ourselves too serious. We love to do what we do, and that's the most important thing. Passion.
Yeah, well, I really enjoyed myself tonight. Again, it was tense enough that it had enough drama to it, but it wasn't too over the top. It wasn't too political, wasn't too, artsy.
Exactly.
It was just right for everybody.
Exactly, and that's the idea. That's the idea. There's nothing political about. It's just to come and have fun. And it's not about, to me, it's not a gay story only. It's a story between a son and his mother. Everything that he's trying to do to please his mother. It doesn't matter if he wants to marry a man or a woman. We all try to please people that we care. We always, especially when we fall in love, we always seeking for our parents' approval. Doesn't matter if you're gay or straight, and that's what he does, and that's what it is.
Well, I really enjoyed myself tonight. I loved your direction too. Thank you very much for being on the show.
Oh, thank you, and come see our show. Ciao.
Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine. I'm here with
Kevin Clow. Yeah, from Boston, Mass. I'm an actor out in Los Angeles, and go Patriots.
And which character did you play?
I played Maurizio Legrande, the wedding planner. Maurizio is larger than life. He likes it his way, and there's no exceptions. He's sarcastic, he's witty, he's quick, and he's a lot of fun.
I loved your character. I thought you really brought a lot of life and brought a lot of energy into it. I thought you were fantastic.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, the director really hammered home that when I come onto stage, it's really time to bring a full speed of energy. So that's what I tried to do every time I came on stage.
If my viewers decide to come by and see this piece, what should they expect to see?
I think the beauty of this cast and how talented this cast is everyone brings something a little different every night. And we've all become such a big family that we're able to play off each other really quickly and let each other take the lead when necessary and sit back or step up. And so every night it's going to be a different show.
Okay. Well, I really loved your performance. I thought you were so entertaining. I thought you were so funny. I thought you were so full of it. I just loved watching you on the stage. Yeah. So thank you very much for being on the show.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate it.
Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine. I'm here with
I'm Antonienne in my big gay Italian wedding. You want to know my real name? Oh, my real name is Claudia Jacob. What can I say? Let's say, I don't know. First of all, I'm really happy to be part of this play because it's so much fun and so many talented actors. And the best part is that this isn't really my accent, and so I got to play a girl from Staten Island, and so it's wonderful. Isn't that awesome?
What was the name of your character again?
Antonienne. I love Antonienne. Antonienne is I love it. Can we say that on the radio? No, we can't? Okay, never mind. Are you going to be recording this?
I am recording it now.
No, pardon me. Antonienne swears, for sure. Antonienne is a character. It's a fun character to play. It's so out there. It's just so different and fun and kind of similar to my own personality, to be honest. It's just something that you get to be a little different and wild. And I don't know, what did you think? Did you watch the play or not?
Yeah, I saw it. I thought it was very enjoyable. I loved your performance. You put a lot of character in it. I mean, it's supposed to be a gay Italian way, not just gay, but really Italian. You brought the Italian into it. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. That's what actors do. We give it 150% to the role, because we want the audience to enjoy it. And look, everyone's on the red carpet. I want to get in there. I got to get in there.
Well, I really enjoyed the performance tonight. I loved you. Thank you very much for being on the show.
No problem. Nice to meet you.
Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine. I'm here with
Fabrizio Aliata. I am Italian, grew up in Hawaii. I'm an actor here in Los Angeles, and I'm super excited to be a part of this show.
Great, and which character did you play?
I played Gregorio, so I'm the ex of one of the groomsmen. He is a complicated person. He goes back and forth. He doesn't always know the best way to approach situations, but he can be destructive at times.
I thought he was kind of like an anti-hero for the start. Again, there weren't really any villains there. It wasn't really a really intense soul-crushing piece, but they did have anti-heroes in there.
Yes, I would definitely say I was the anti-hero, the antagonist. I was definitely getting in the way of a lot of the wedding. So, yeah.
If my viewers decide to come out and see this piece, what should they expect to see?
A fun time, an exciting play, complicated characters that really love each other, but are looking to get something together.
Yeah, I thought it was very entertaining, universal. Again, had themes of gay and Italian. I hope you don't have any problems with Italians, do you?
I'm born in Italy, so I do not, and I hope none of your audience does. So, yeah.
Okay, well, I really enjoyed the performance. I love your performance because you add a little spice to it. You know, a little kick, because you have to have an antagonist. Otherwise, it's just a happy ending, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, you can't have it. There's no story without an antagonist, so thank you so much. Thank you, yes.
All right, thank you once again for being on the show.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine, and I'm here with
David Simon Dayan. Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Well, I'm really excited that we just opened tonight. I'm a Los Angeles native, which is really rare, right? Where are you from?
I'm from San Francisco.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, that's kind of rare too. I feel like we both live in places where people move to. You know, no one's really from there. But I'm super stoked about this. I think we have a beautiful evening ahead, and I'm really glad that we open. You know, opening night's always the most nerve-wracking. So here we are.
Great. And which character did you play?
I played Andrew Polinsky, the one of the husbands. I think he's a really sweet guy who grew up in a family that wasn't very supportive of him, unfortunately, and so that's kind of resulted in him harboring a lot of shame. I think he's kind of one of the only characters in the play that can really be allowed to have some sense of seriousness to him, whereas a lot of the other roles require so many comedic chops. I played one of the other characters in the first production who couldn't be more different. So I'm happy that I took this one on.
If my viewers decide to come out and see this piece, what should they expect to see?
I think they can expect to have a really good time. It's really a lighthearted comedy. You know, when you come see comedy, it's just such a vastly different experience from anything dramatic because everyone's just having a good time on stage and in the audience. We're all just playing around and we're having fun. You know, it's playtime essentially, and I think the audience really feels that, especially when they become immersed, because there are a few immersive moments where people get pulled on. So, yeah.
Well, I really enjoyed myself tonight. I really enjoyed your performance too. Thank you very much for being on the show.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine, and I'm here with...
Hi, I'm Linda Nile. Yeah, I mean, we just did our opening night at the Hudson Theater for my big gay Italian wedding, and I'm playing Angela Pannunziato, Anthony's mother. So you got to come on down and see whether I approve of this wedding or not, you know?
So what's your take on your character?
Oh, I just totally warmed up to her. I mean, I played her back in May. We did a smaller theater, and we were totally sold out, so we wanted to do it again. And I just have this great connection with Gianfranco. I feel like he's my son. So, and he's Italian, and I'm Jewish and Italian, so it just seemed to work.
I guess, you know, it was not only a gay wedding, it was also an Italian wedding. So you brought the Italian to it. I could feel it.
Well, I'm from New York, New Jersey, and yeah, whenever I go there or hang out with people that, you know, see us already coming back. Just happens.
If my viewers decide to come out and see this piece, what should they expect to see?
Oh, wow. Like tonight we were just so excited and honored to hear everybody laughing, like from the second the show started. And people were laughing the whole time. We were backstage going, oh my God, they're loving this. This is so much. And it made us have more fun on stage. So guarantee you're going to have a blast. Just come on down and relax and laugh and have a drink with us afterwards.
Yeah, well, I really enjoyed the performance too. It wasn't too serious. That's what I liked about it. It was just funny, someplace to actually just go to get a little entertainment.
Yes, absolutely. And we all need that right now, right? We need to laugh. I mean, everybody's working so hard, paying their bills. Like, take the night off and come and enjoy yourself.
Once again, really enjoyed myself tonight. I enjoyed your performance. Thank you very much for being on the show.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine. And I'm here with...
Serena Limonta playing Maria Pannunziato in the show. I'm 22. I'm Italian, born and raised. I've been in LA for 3 years now. And I came here for school, and now I'm here working, and I'm a dancer as well. Yes.
Great. Which character did you play?
I played Maria Pinunziato, which is the sister of Anthony, the main guy, the lead. Maria excited me since the beginning. Since I read the play the first time, I was like, this is the character I want to play. This is it. And she's a wannabe Broadway star. So nobody really cares about her, but she's so convinced that one day she's going to be in a Broadway show. So while all the drama goes on in the family and the wedding and my brother being gay, I don't care. I just want to be on the stage. I just want to have lights on me, and I just want to have the time of my life. So it was so much fun, and all the energy that she has and all her beliefs that she's so young and she believes that everything is possible bring me, everything into life. So it was great. It was great.
My Big Gay Italian Wedding will be playing at the Hudson Theater from March 8th to March 31st. For more information, go to www.italiancomedyclub.com.